Well, g'day everyone. We are here this morning at the end of Oktoberfast, and because we started with the videos, Em and I thought we'd just debrief a little bit and let you in on that experience. It's been a pretty exciting journey, but we're kind of glad it's over, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm happy to eat tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. So why don't you tell me, on the physical side of the equation, what did you experience?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I look thinner, but I have.
You do.
Good. You do too. I've lost about 8 kilos, I think. A few days ago, I measured it, weighed myself, and it was 7. So I probably lost another one in the last few days. So for you Americans out there or non-metric people, that's about 17.
Americans.
Oh, just Americans. Okay, all right. Just one more thing that makes Americans special. Anyway, that's about 17 pounds. But physically, actually, beyond the first few days, my body adjusted. Actually, I was extremely surprised by how easy it was physically for me, at least. I realized in this process that I eat too much.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly my experience.
And I'm not like a huge eater. So it was, and I also realized that I enjoy food.
Right.
So, which I didn't think I was, and I'm not a foodie, but there is an enjoyment, a comfort that I attach to food that I experienced the loss of. Yeah. So how about you?
Well, that was pretty much my experience. Definitely realised that I do eat too much because survive so well on so much less that if you added just enough extra in to take away the hunger pains, that should be sufficient.
Yeah.
And I would have to say that having done it once before, and it was a 40-day fast, and living through it with just sheer agony in the belly, that I was really surprised at how effective this fast was. Given I think the shift was adding the Greek yogurt and the protein powder to the shake in the morning, and the body seemed to handle that. So I know at one stage I was having some fatigue issues. But it's hard to separate the fast from whatever else might be going on. So I don't know whether that was actually the fast or just other things. But as it wore on, certainly the last 2 weeks, apart from the hunger, I think we experienced mid-afternoon that just said you're past lunchtime, which wouldn't have been any different than any day that you just skip lunch. I'd have to say. Apart from that, hardly anything at all, and certainly at such a low level that I would feel comfortable with pretty much encouraging any healthy person to be able to do it fast the way that we've done it. So the other interesting thing for me was the emotional journey. I really started feeling great about the fact we're doing the fast, and emotionally just stayed on that level. And the last couple of days have been at a peak. In fact, at one stage, I was wondering if the emotional high was in some way some kind of bodily reaction to that. That's right. But it's been fun actually. I mean the constant desire to eat food probably mitigated the fun a little bit. Right. But take that out, and it's been an enjoyable experience. So how about you emotionally?
Yeah, I think emotionally I've been good. It was super exciting in the beginning, as you mentioned. Just kind of getting into it and I'm doing so because I've never fasted before, and so I was like, I'm doing something new, and I'm all about Romans 12:1 and 2, being a living sacrifice. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to sacrifice this extra part of me, and I was just excited about that process. And but I think emotionally for me, what kept the joy was the community. Was these videos that we both did throughout, and the interaction that we got based on the videos, and then we don't know how many, but probably 15 to 20 other people on the district who decided to fast in their own ways along with us, and So I think I like fed off of that communal energy throughout the month.
You know, we both have a perspective on God's interaction in our lives that says that we don't have to look for Him working in our circumstances in order to have confidence that God is working in our lives, that He works in us more than He works in our circumstances.
Yeah.
But I've got to say, there was an almost hysterical amount of coincidentals, apparently answers to prayer that kept that joy factor going. It was just like sometimes during the month things just ran more smoothly than expected. And I wouldn't want to say that's a reason to do a fast at all, but it was kind of fun. We were joking through the month about that process. That was good.
God is faithful and gracious.
Yeah. I'd have to say that I was keenly aware through the whole month that God was actually drawing my attention to some of the spiritual issues that I need to address. That sometimes it's easy for me to. I am actually a task-focused person. I've worked really hard across the last 20 years of shifting that to becoming a people-focused person. And that was not an easy shift.
Right.
But I recognise in this month, and I know it was the Holy Spirit saying there's still work to do in there. It's easy for me to reflect to people that it's achieving the task that's primarily important, and it never is.
Right.
And I know that cognitively, it never is achieving the task, and we fool ourselves into thinking that it's achieving the task that's important. God has ways of achieving His goals and desires that are way outside of what we perceive as the task. So that's been a really good part of this. Yeah, exactly. So that's been a very clear spiritual insight that God's given us.
Yeah, I kind of just shared my thoughts each day that I did a video, so as you know, those who've been watching my videos, this turned into a month of vulnerability and confession for me, and just a renewed. I mean, I've always had a profound connection to God's community, but just a renewed, I guess, appreciation for coming together and being together on this mission and helping each other and encouraging each other and lifting each other up and carrying each other on the mat, as I spoke about a few days ago. And so that, I think, has been the main thing, is just God's just continued to work on me, that I need to be more confessional. I need to be more vulnerable. I need to and similar to what you were just describing as far as tasks and stuff, I can get wrapped around that stuff as well, and that usually comes out in perfectionism, and I spoke about that in a couple of videos as well. And so that's just been more of God speaking to me about, I just need to let go. I just need to let go and let God, as the phrase goes. So
it goes along with the emotion of joy, but it's actually a profoundly spiritual experience. So one of the key things for me was I just fell in love over and over again with our people, our church, and the hope that we have as a church. And that renewing of hope was a genuinely spiritual touch of God. It's difficult to minimize the impact of a fast on your spirit. God just seems to do things in your life that you just don't expect during that fasting period.
Yeah, that's the truth. I came into this to wanting to open myself up, to God's grace and to God's voice, as someone who carries a role in the district as well as an important role in local ministry with Anala and New Start, and I feel that God did. I mean, God spoke and God filled me with a sense of God's visions and dreams and the potential and really what we need to do together moving forward, as far as just seeking the kingdom first and trusting God. So I'm extremely thankful for this month, and extremely thankful that you invited me into it initially and convinced me to give up food for a month, So seems to be pretty crazy on the surface, but maybe maybe it is a little bit. But it's okay to be crazy for God, right?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
God's faithful in that. So thank you for inviting me into this.
Well, you're welcome.
It's been a very transformational month.
Yeah. Well, it has been so much of that, and being so aware that there are two groups of people: those that have journeyed with us in the actual fast,
Yep.
and prayer time, people that have been connected with us in prayer, and then group of people that have been just been watching and enjoying the experience for us and with us, and so identifiable has been that process that halfway through the month we began talking about doing again next year.
Right.
And I would have to say, apart from the fact that I'm not looking forward to not eating again for 31 days, the decision that we've made to have Oktoberfast 2017 seems like a really good one.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that there's just a real benefit in having a rhythm of sacrifice and surrender in your life. For the sake of loving God and loving everyone around us. And so I'm excited to be, for that 1 month, to be a part of the rhythm of sacrifice and surrender and opening myself further each year to God's grace.
So let me ask you a question. How would you feel if, say, July, August, we actually started promoting the Oktoberfast event and extended the net, so to speak, wide, and used our network of friends, particularly for you overseas, and maybe in some way, where there's no truth that there is a critical mass where you need to get God's answers, because we started off saying this is not about getting God's answers, but there is such a richness in this process to share this across the district and with connections around the world. Might be a genuinely fun experience. What do you think?
Yeah. No, I think it'd be really good. Yeah. Only good things can come from God's people coming together and opening ourselves together to God's voice and grace and that transformational spirit. So I'm all for it. So
this last time, probably a lot of people that see this video won't necessarily know, but the group that was doing the fast, we Joe Batkin created a really nice looking Facebook page called Oktoberfast, and it's a private group. But what would be very cool is if we were able to again keep it a private group, but have 40 or 50 people in that group and sharing together their experiences and prayer requests and of course we'll do it too on the district prayer site, which is also a closed group, but a lot more people in our district on it. But it just seems to me it is as exactly you say. It's that cycle, and we're coming towards the end of the year. It's the Christmas season, and a lot of festivities at Christmas season, January, and then district assembly. It seems like the right time of the year to just be pausing, reflecting, praying, and getting ready for what God wants to do in our lives. So I'm keen to do it again next year.
Me too.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, folks. We'll see you next year then, and join us. Look for the key signs in July, and we love the fact that you've journeyed with us. Thanks for doing it.
Love you guys.
See ya.